I'm Ashley Beckford, reporting for Infowars.com. I'm about to talk to several people from the University of Nebraska at Lincoln about the situation, the standoff at Standing Rock, as well as Native American rights. I'm joined here today with James Wooldridge. He's actually someone who went out to the Standing Rock protest. Thank you so much, James, for joining us today.
Well, I went there because I wanted to experience it for myself and see what was happening for myself. I wasn't sure whether the media was covering it well and whether the stuff that I was seeing on Facebook was true. I've heard reports of people coming in being hired to agitate. I don't know whether that was going on, but there were certainly a few individuals in the crowd that were that wanted to be more aggressive than. And maybe we're straying away from the peacefulness of the protest, but the vast majority of protectors were there to keep the peace. For example, one lady was standing at the base of the hill and she started running up the hill. I guess the plan was to attack the police, I'm not sure, but she was running up towards the top of the hill where the police were perched, and as soon as that happened, there were some other protectors that ran up and blocked her way and made sure that she went back and crossed back to the other side of the river so that the police and law enforcement would have no reason to be violent.
Wow, yeah, that actually does seem like something that an agitator would do, because a normal person who's just trying to be an activist out there is not actually going to try to provoke the police. And this is what we've seen basically time and time again, where we've had these agitators out there, these paid protesters. We've heard that they could be receiving up to $1,500 to actually be out here for the Standing Rock protest. So I'm speaking with people who are working and studying at the University of Nebraska at Lincoln. This is Rebecca Schlichting. She is an adjunct professor there at the University of Nebraska. And what do you teach, Rebecca?
I teach an in-depth reporting course on white clay.
Okay, excellent.
I did grow up very close to my community and my culture, and so having that experience kind of expanded my heart to include all Native people in everything that I do. And so when I was growing up on the reservation, my elders would tell me to act as your ancestors did and live in accordance to making a good life for the future generations.
Right.
And so that's what I continue to do, and that's what the water protectors are doing. I wouldn't be surprised if meth and alcohol are more prevalent than clean water sources on reservation. And if this pipeline is built through the Missouri River, I will be most certainly sure that meth and alcohol will be more prevalent than clean water resources.
Joining me now is Shriyani Tidball, University of Nebraska at Lincoln. She's a professor in the journalism department.
Standing Rock is not for sale. I mean, Standing Rock belongs to the people. And you can be George Soros or anybody else with a ton of money, but it's not for sale. So I am just full of hope that our president-elect Donald Trump will go and make visits to these places and change it. It should be so easy to do. All we need is the same fairness that we give to the rest of the country. So I'm excited. I'm full of hope.
With President-elect Donald Trump, we do actually have someone in there who really does care. He says that he wants to make America great again for everyone. So that should include our indigenous, Native Americans. These are people who have been systematically over the course of history really dealt a raw deal, honestly.
I'm expecting President-elect Donald Trump to be the president of the Native people too. And maybe he will make the change that we've needed to see. It needs to come top down and help the people at the bottom. So I'm full of hope, and I'm hoping that on the 5th of December that the pipe does not go through. So thanks so much for bringing some clarity to this on Infowars. Thank you, Ashley.
Shriani Tidball, University of Nebraska at Lincoln, thank you so much. I truly appreciate you elucidating this issue of the Native Americans' plight on these Indian reservations. I truly appreciate you being out there on the front lines with your students, your adjunct professor, Rebecca Schlichting. I really appreciate you guys out there on the front lines just getting the eyewitness reports and finding out what's really going on and how President-elect Donald Trump can actually help out and become the president for the natives.
You think our information's hardcore? You think our focus is brutal? Try our nutraceuticals. Try our supplements. We've taken Brain Force and made it Brain Force Plus. Now with 20% more in the bottle and an even more hardcore formula. You owe it to yourself to get these products. They really have worked for myself, my family. They have 5-star reviews by the thousands. Secure your Brain Force Plus today at InfoWarsLife.com. Now 20% stronger. Again, InfoWarsLife.com.